Did you know that, according to a study by the National Institute of Mental Health, nearly 30% of adults will experience an anxiety disorder in their lifetime? Fear, in its many forms, is an emotion so deeply ingrained in the human experience that it transcends culture, age, and geography. From the ancient hunter trembling at the edge of a dark forest, to the modern professional hesitating to voice an idea in a boardroom, fear has always been our constant companion. But while it once served as a vital survival tool, today it often holds us back from the very opportunities that could define our lives. Fear is not inherently negative, it is a primal gift. Thousands of years ago, our ancestors relied on the amygdala, the brain's alarm system, to detect threats like predators or natural disasters. This fight-or-flight response, powered by adrenaline, sharpened their reflexes, allowing them to act swiftly in life-or-death situations. Imagine a caveman spotting a saber-toothed tiger. Fear propelled him to run, hide, or fight, ensuring survival. This biological wiring saved countless lives, embedding fear into our DNA as a protective mechanism. Yet, in today's world, the tigers we face are rarely physical. Instead, they are psychological. The fear of rejection when asking for a promotion, the dread of embarrassment during a presentation, or the anxiety of failure when launching a passion project. These modern fears activate the same primal neural pathways, flooding our bodies with stress hormones even when no physical danger exists. The result? A society where fear morphs from a protector into a prison guard, locking us in comfort zones that stifle growth. Consider Maria, a gifted graphic designer who dreams of freelancing but stays in a soul-crushing job because she fears instability. Or David, who avoids dating after a heartbreak, terrified of vulnerability. Their stories are not unique. They reflect a universal struggle. When left unchecked, fear exacts a heavy toll. Physically, chronic stress from fear contributes to insomnia, hypertension, and weakened immunity. Mentally, it fuels procrastination, self-doubt, and regret. Professionally, it keeps talented individuals from pursuing breakthroughs. Consider this. A 2023 LinkedIn survey revealed that 62% of employees avoided applying for higher-level roles due to imposter syndrome. Fear doesn't just limit individuals, it stifles innovation and progress on a broader scale. This presentation is not about eliminating fear. That would be impossible. Instead, it's about learning to dance with it. Over the next sections, we'll dissect fear's origins, from childhood traumas that seed phobias to societal pressures that equate mistakes with inadequacy. We'll explore science-backed strategies to reframe anxiety, such as cognitive behavioral techniques and mindfulness practices. Most importantly, we'll discuss how to transmute fear into fuel for bold action. After all, courage is not the absence of fear. It's the decision that something else matters more. Imagine a world where you approach challenges not with avoidance, but with curiosity, where fear becomes a compass, pointing you toward growth. Take inspiration from figures like Brené Brown, who turned her research on vulnerability into a global movement by leaning into discomfort. Or consider Sir Richard Branson, who built the Virgin Empire despite dyslexia and countless failures, famously stating, "You don't learn to walk by following rules. You learn by doing and by falling over." As we embark on this journey together, envision fear not as a barrier, but as a bridge. Each time we confront what scares us, we rewrite our brain's circuitry, building resilience. By the end of this exploration, you'll possess not just the tools to manage fear, but the mindset to harness it, transforming trembling hesitation into purposeful strides. If you really want to know how to overcome fear, and live a life of your dream. Then join me on the other side after this break.
Waking up at dawnlight, breaking through, chasing dreams, no time to lose. In this race we strive and grind, motivation fuels the mind. Gonna rise up, we won't fall, breaking barriers through it all. Step by step our journey's clear, success is closer, don't you fear. Challenges we face headstrong, in this rhythm we belong. Skies are high, but so are we, building castles where we're free. Gonna rise up, we won't fall.
You are welcome back. If you are yet to subscribe, click on the subscribe button so that you can easily watch previous edition of the trainings on financial intelligence for smart parents. Let's continue first. Understanding fear. A. The biology of fear. Fear originates in the brain's amygdala, triggering the fight or flight response. This survival mechanism releases adrenaline, sharpening our senses for immediate danger. While vital for escaping predators, this response is often misplaced in modern life, activating during public speaking or career changes. B. Psychological roots. Past trauma. A childhood failure might seed a lifelong fear of rejection. Societal pressures. Cultural narratives equate success with perfection, breeding fear of failure. Cognitive distortions. Catastrophic thinking. If I fail, I'll never recover, amplifies fear. Common fears. Fear of failure. Paralysis before launching a business idea. Fear of rejection. Avoiding romantic confession due to potential no. Fear of uncertainty. Staying in an unfulfilling job rather than risking a new path. Example: Sarah, a talented writer, avoids submitting her novel, fearing criticism. Her amygdala interprets editors' feedback as a threat, triggering avoidance. 2. The impact of fear. Fear's physical toll includes chronic stress and insomnia, while emotionally it fosters regret and stagnation. Consider Joe, who declined a promotion due to imposter syndrome, later watching peers surpass him. Fear's cost? Missed opportunities and unfulfilled potential. 3. Strategies to overcome fear. A. Acknowledge and name your fear. Labeling fear, I'm scared of rejection, reduces its power. Journaling helps trace fears to their roots. B. Cognitive restructuring. Challenge irrational beliefs. Replace I'll embarrass myself with mistakes are growth opportunities. Example: comedian Jerry Seinfeld reframed stage fright as excitement, transforming anxiety into energy. C. Gradual exposure. Systematic desensitization works. A person afraid of flying might first watch plane videos, then visit airports, and finally take short flights. D. Mindfulness and relaxation. Techniques like box breathing, inhale 4 seconds, hold 4 seconds, exhale 4 seconds, calm the nervous system. Meditation fosters detachment from fearful thoughts. E. Build self-efficacy. Small wins breed confidence. Maria, afraid of public speaking, starts by presenting to friends, then small groups, eventually addressing large audiences. F. Seek support. Therapy, mentors, or peer groups provide perspective. J.K. Rowling, rejected by 12 publishers, leaned on her agent's encouragement to persist with Harry Potter. 4. Taking bold action 1. Fear versus intuition. Fear screams, danger. Intuition whispers, this feels right. Differentiate by assessing risks logically. 2. Set SMART goals. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound goals create clarity. Example: network with 3 industry professionals this month versus vague expand contacts. 3. Embrace discomfort. Growth lies outside comfort zones. Elon Musk invested his PayPal earnings into SpaceX, risking bankruptcy for interplanetary vision. 4. Learn from failure. Thomas Edison's 1,000 failed experiments preceded the light bulb. Each failure refined his approach. Example: after a rejected proposal, Mark iterated his pitch, eventually securing investors. Setbacks are inevitable. Athlete Serena Williams faced injuries and losses, but used them to refine her strategy. Celebrate progress, however small, and adjust tactics as needed. Fear is as natural as breathing, a universal thread woven into the fabric of being human. It pulses through our veins, reminding us of risks, uncertainties, and vulnerabilities. Yet, as we've explored, fear is not a life sentence. It is a call to action, an invitation to rise above the limitations it imposes. By peeling back its layers, understanding its biological roots, psychological triggers, and societal reinforcements, we demystify fear. We strip it of its power to paralyze and transform it into a force that propels us forward. The journey to overcoming fear begins with awareness. When we name our fears, whether it's the dread of failure, the sting of rejection, or the fog of the unknown, we rob them of their ambiguity. We learn to separate irrational what-ifs from legitimate risks. Tools like cognitive reframing, mindfulness, and incremental exposure become our allies, helping us rewrite the narratives that once held us hostage. Consider Malala Yousafzai, who, at 15, faced down the terror of Taliban violence to champion education for girls. Her courage wasn't born from fearlessness, but from a conviction that justice mattered more than her survival instinct. Similarly, Sarah Blakely, founder of Spanx, embraced rejection as a rite of passage, cold-calling manufacturers and facing countless no's to build a billion-dollar brand. Both women exemplify a truth we too often forget. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the choice to act in spite of it. Every bold step we take, no matter how small, is a rebellion against fear's tyranny. It might be the first time you speak up in a meeting, send that risky email, or enroll in a class that stretches your skills. These acts of bravery compound over time, rewiring our brains to associate discomfort with growth rather than danger. Like a muscle, courage strengthens with use. Thomas Edison didn't invent the light bulb in a single eureka moment. He embraced 1,000 failures as steps toward success. Each setback became data, not defeat. The ripple effects of conquering fear extend far beyond the individual. When we choose courage, we inspire others to do the same. Imagine a world where more people pursued their dormant dreams, where stifled artists painted, hesitant entrepreneurs innovated, and quiet voices spoke their truths. Progress thrives when fear no longer dictates our choices. So, where do you begin? Start with the smallest step that scares you. Maybe it's a difficult conversation you've avoided, a project you've overcomplicated, or a boundary you've hesitated to set. Action, not perfection, is the antidote to fear. As author Susan Jeffers famously urged, feel the fear and do it anyway. In the end, fear will always whisper in your ear, but now you hold the tools to answer back, not with defiance, but with deliberate, unwavering motion. Your life's most meaningful chapters lie just beyond the borders of your comfort zone. The question is not if you'll face fear, but how you'll meet it. Will you let it shrink your world, or will you stretch toward the possibilities waiting on the other side? Take that first brave step, then another. The journey to a bolder, more authentic life begins now. I'm sure you've gained something from this presentation. Do well to click on the like and share button so that the YouTube algorithm can push the video who may need the information. Hope to see you in the next edition of the program. Do have a wonderful day. Bye.
Waking up at dawnlight, breaking through, chasing dreams, no time to lose. In this race we strive and grind, motivation fuels the mind. Gonna rise up, we won't fall, breaking barriers through it all. Step by step our journey's clear, success is closer, don't you fear. Challenges we face headstrong, in this rhythm